Okay, time to address earnings. Sanjay Sagar, Joint MD and CEO at JSW Energy, joins us on the show right now. Mr. Sagar, hi, morning. Firstly, what was the PLF and plant availability factor for you guys in the third quarter?
PLF in Q3, the average PLF was, I'll have to give you two numbers for that because there's a 63% actual PLF. And then there's a 82% deemed PLF, and the deemed PLF comes into the picture because the Barmer plant was backed down by the government of Rajasthan for a certain period of time. But since we continue to realize our fixed costs, that does not have a financial impact, and because of that, the deemed PLF number becomes relevant, and that was at about 83%.
You've written off 54 crore in this quarter for the South African operations. What was the big consideration behind this big write-off?
Well, I don't think you can expect more write-offs going ahead. This was a one-time impairment, and since in South Africa the books are closed at the end of the calendar year, so this was an impairment which was done by the South African asset, and we've taken it into our accounts in this quarter.
So are you also looking to acquire stressed assets in the domestic power sector?
Well, we are certainly looking to acquire assets, whether stressed or not, and we are evaluating various assets at this time. But given the experience that the original promoters have had with those assets, we are taking a very careful look at them as well as at the valuations.
So by when do you expect the Raj West project lignite mine clearance?
Well, there were two clearances involved. One of them has already been cleared by the Cabinet Committee on Investments on the 15th of January, and as we speak, I think the Coal Ministry is processing the letter for giving the clearance to us. The second clearance is to come from MOEF, where we have already applied, and under a policy circular which they have come out with on the 7th of January, we get entitled to a 50% incremental capacity, and hopefully we should get it over the next few days.
So what are your capacity addition targets for the next 12 to 18 months?
Well, given the condition of the economy at this moment, as well as the ambiguity with respect to coal and the purchase of power, I don't think I can give you any capacity addition target for the next 12 to 18 months. Having said that, we are looking at reviving a project in West Bengal of about 600 megawatts, and we are currently in discussions with the government there to finalize the various modalities. So that may be the only one which we may announce in the near future.
Okay, Mr. Sagar, really appreciate you taking the time out and speaking with us today. Good to have you on the show. That's the perspective coming in from the JSW Energy management. But let's tell you what's happening on BNS and the stock game on day 5, the last and final day of this week's game show. Lancelot Dicuna, he's got a